So thank you everyone for joining us tonight. This is a very important training. My name is Louis, and I am the current Emerging Leaders Council Chair for SADD, and I am the previous National SLC President. I'm super excited to welcome you all tonight for our webinar, which is a part of a special training series that SADD is hosting in collaboration with Erika's Lighthouse. As students, we all know that mental health is a topic that impacts us all in one way or another, and it's something we need to start talking about openly. And tonight's session is a great opportunity to do just that. We're here to learn, grow, and gain tools we need to support not only ourselves, but also our friends, peers, and school communities. Leading tonight's training is Derek from Erika's Lighthouse. Erika's Lighthouse is an amazing organization that's all about empowering students to take action when it comes to mental health. So Derek is an experienced advocate and educator who's passionate about helping teens navigate challenges, recognize warning signs, and create a culture of kindness and support. We're so lucky to have Derek with us tonight to share his knowledge and guide us through this session. I know we're going to walk away feeling more confident and equipped to make a difference. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Derek.
Thank you all for the polite applause to get this started. So, yes, my name is Derek. I am the Empowerment Club Coordinator at Erika's Lighthouse. So, what that means is I'm the one who works with the clubs the most. I have a self-introduction slide, so I'll introduce myself more there. But this is the first part in our youth training webinar for our friends at SADD, our partners at SADD. And we're going to go ahead and get started. The goals today is just to learn what Erika's Lighthouse is. So if you're not familiar with Erika's Lighthouse, I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of who we are and what we do. And then after that, we're also going to learn how your SADD chapter can use an Erika's Lighthouse, and how SADD chapter can use Erika's Lighthouse Empowerment Club resources to support mental health in your school and in your communities. So this is me. I'm the Empowerment Club Coordinator, like I said. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I live there right now. I went to college at the University of Missouri. And a fun fact about myself, I spent a year teaching English in Beijing before I came back to America, and I worked as a teacher for several years in Texas before jumping in to work at Erica's Lighthouse. So, about Erica's Lighthouse, for those who don't know, we are a nonprofit with a mission to provide free mental health programs for any school, anywhere. All of our programming is completely free, and we want it to be accessible to as many schools as possible because we want all students to be able to access it. We have a strong belief that every student deserves good mental health. All of our programming is tier one, meant for everyone, and available to everyone at no charge. We are primarily donor funded, so that's how we're able to do that. And that's why it makes it important that if you do use our resources, just make sure to let us know so that we can properly report like our impact and our numbers, because that affects the donations that we do receive. So we have four main pillars of programming. That's the inner circle there. We have our classroom education. Think of that as just a unit on mental health for a health teacher to be able to teach. We have that at an elementary, middle, and high school level. We also have staff training, which is, think of it as like professional development for teachers to be able to be good, trusted adults, recognize signs and symptoms, and best help their students. We have family engagement materials, so that is meant to help having conversations about mental health and taking care of the kids in your home's mental health. But what we're primarily going to focus on today is our club resources. So Erica's Lighthouse has our own clubs, right? These are mental health clubs that do things to promote good mental health, but we also have affiliate clubs, which SADD chapters are welcome to register as affiliate clubs, where maybe mental health isn't their primary goal, but it's something that they want to supplement what they're already doing. They are welcome to use all of our club resources to do so. So that's going to be the main focus today. We also have wraparound support, such as a data center, culture framework, strategic alignments, and other school-wide campaigns. We're not going to get into those today, but I just want us to be aware of all the different ways that Erica's Lighthouse programming impacts schools. So Erika's Lighthouse and SADD, how they go together. You may have seen or even taken the Erika's Lighthouse training in your MySADD programs. If you did, the first training is about recognizing the difference between everyday feelings and overwhelming feelings. The second one is about being a good trusted peer, recognizing trusted adults. And the third one is about taking your awareness of mental health and putting it into action in order to support mental health in your communities. I believe if you complete that training in the MySADD portal, you get some sort of badge or reward. Um, so go ahead and do that if you have not done so already. I would recommend that. But what we're going to focus on today is other Erica's Lighthouse Club resources that you are welcome to use. So we're going to work on putting awareness into action, doing some of those awareness and action activities that I alluded to before. I'm going to show you some examples of it and let you know how to access them to be able to promote good mental health in your schools. So when I say awareness and action activities, think of these as just school-wide activities to promote good mental health, right? That's really the goal of these. They can be student-led. You guys can run them as your club. So here's an example of one. This is the Beacon of Hope mural. So the club makes the Erica's Lighthouse logo out of like construction paper squares in a pixel art style, and it's meant to represent everything that our programming stands for, from promoting help seeking to being aware of our mental health, right? Education around mental health, and to support that education about mental health, the students also wrote like information, facts, statistics, and just general little pieces of knowledge onto the little squares that make up the poster. So first, it's just a striking, beautiful image in the hallway that's going to be fun, but then also it does serve as a direct educational piece when students walk up to it and see what's written on the squares. If you look at the left side, you'll see that there's the first page of a several pages in a PDF where it gives the instructions on how to recreate this in your school. So on our website, all of our awareness and action activities we have planned out so that you'd be able to lead them or do them in your school. So there it gives you first the purpose. Why are we doing this? Then the materials you need. On the next couple pages, it gives you step-by-step instructions to get it done. But then it also gives you like a little a template grid to show you how to make that image, right, for this one. So it gives you everything you could need to replicate that kind of project. On the opposite end of ambitiousness, here's a much more simple project you can plan and execute the very same day. I really like this one. This one just promotes positivity. And I think promoting positivity is important because it can just raise the spirits in the school. I think it can raise the school connectedness, which the CDC found is one of the biggest protective factors for youth mental health. But this awareness and action activity is called Take a Compliment. And the idea, if you look in the middle of my 3 pages there, it's like those posters with the phone numbers on the bottom for like the babysitter or the dog walker. And instead of ripping off a phone number, you rip off a compliment. And you can either take it for yourself as a pick me up, or what I see happen all the time, and students light up when they do this. They rip it off and they run and give it to a friend, or they give it to a teacher, or they give it to someone else in the school, and they brighten someone else's day. And it just does something to like pass out compliments when you normally wouldn't, and again raising that school culture and promoting positivity. Here's 3 different clubs that have done this activity. You can see the far left picture, they did that activity, but they just used construction paper instead of the templates we provided, and they designed their own, something that most schools are going to have lying around, right, using the tools they have. The middle one, you can see they created the design in Canva, which you're welcome to do. A lot of our awareness and action activities, so if I show you this one, you'll see the third page is a blank page. You can print that out and design on it, or there's a Canva link as well that you can design in Canva for that. Right. And then the far right picture here, you can see they kind of took the basic idea of take a compliment, give a compliment, but instead of doing the babysitter dog walker rip posters, they did sticky note poster so that the compliments were written on sticky notes, and it's easy to take some and add more on later, and then you're not replacing it all the time. I like showing these examples because even though we give like pretty good instructions that are pretty thorough, you're welcome to deviate and adapt it in a way that's going to work for your club, your school, your community, right? You can take the ideas and improve upon them, but we just have so many of these activities already planned. So you're not starting from scratch. You're not reinventing the wheel. you are welcome to improve upon the wheel and invent the tire or something like that, though, right? So here is another one of my favorite ones. This one really is raising awareness for the students of who the trusted adults in the school are. So the idea is that you as a club would ask different teachers, hey, are you comfortable with a student coming to you if they need someone to talk to? Are you a good trusted adult? Is it okay for students to come to you, right? And the teachers who say yes, then you ask, is it okay if we put this on your door or your whiteboard, or you put it somewhere that students can see as sort of a signal to them that you are a good trusted adult who is comfortable with students coming to them, right? Um, this helps with one of the biggest barriers to students seeking help, which is they don't know if it's okay to talk to that person, right? And they're worried about if it's okay to talk to that person, or they don't want to feel like a burden. And this kind of just lets them know this person is okay with it. This person encourages it, even, right? And I think it really does well to promote help seeking for those who need it, right? And be able to identify who the people that it's okay to talk to are. That said, the math teacher who puts this on their door, I'm not asking them to be another school counselor, right? They are encouraged to, if something is a lot more than they feel like they can handle, more than an empathetic ear needs, right? They can say to the student, thank you so much for telling me. Can I please introduce you to the counselor? I think she is better equipped to deal with this. She's had training on it, something like that, right? And I was a teacher before I worked for Erika's Lighthouse, and I had that exact conversation with a student before. And at that time, I was teaching fifth grade. I had her for social studies, English, and homeroom, and she was comfortable to come to me, thankfully. But she was never going to go to the counselor that she didn't see 3 hours every day, like me, her three core subject teacher, right? So that's why being able to identify all the trusted adults in the building is really useful for the students who they have rapport with and things like that. This is another one, promoting positivity. This one's also just a bad pun. Who doesn't love a good bad pun? Encouragements. Get it? Here's some encouragement. Tape a mint to a positive message, pass it out. This is great to give to the teachers who kind of set the climate in the school, right? If the teachers are feeling good, it's going to mean a lot more students are feeling good. It's good to give to the students right before test day, right? Right before finals. Hey, you're going to do great. Here's some encouragement, right? Do something like that. So there's a lot of different ways you can use it. It's a really simple one. We have like a simple message already there, but it's just an idea, right? Sometimes the ideas are really easy to execute. Sometimes they're a little more complex. This is another one about raising awareness, just raising awareness in the school of where the mental health resources are. So I know when I was in middle school, I had no idea where the counselor's office was, and I didn't figure it out in high school until probably about my junior year. So the idea of this one is just making sure students know where that is. So you tape the footprints on the wall so that they walk students to the counselor's office, so everyone is aware of where that is, right? And then that way they don't have to ask. I know that if I had to ask where the counselor's office was in an emergency, I'd be so embarrassed. So just being made aware of it proactively like this, I think would be beneficial to a lot of students. On the footprints, you can also write all sorts of things. In the PDF, I have ones with different mental health statistics, which are cute and useful, right, for educating. But I've also seen um, like a counselor have the club, she was leading the club, and she had the club write facts about herself so that the students felt more familiar before they even met her. They'd have something to talk about and kind of start the conversations with her. So that's another way to do it. There's blank ones that you can write onto yourself as well. We have more than 60 of these activities, so I'm only going to show one more. I'm not going to go through all 60, right? But this is the last one I'm going to show as an example. I think this one's really fun. It's how full is your cup? So this one has a lot of layers to it. So the club, you can see pictured in the back there. They're giving away free hot chocolate. You could do lemonade if it's hot where you are. You could do tea if your school is a tea drinking school. I know I like tea, right? You do coffee, right? Whatever you want. But the idea is they're giving away this free treat, a drink as a treat, right? And instead of charging for it, they ask the students receiving it to mark on their cup before it's filled up, how full is your cup? It's a metaphor for how much do you have going on, how overwhelmed are you feeling, what is stressing you out, right? If you have a full cup already, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling very stressed. If you have an empty cup, you're relaxed, not too much going on. Somewhere in the middle is varying degrees of like busy to more stressed, right? Um, And by asking students to do this before you fill up their cup with the treat, you're just asking them to engage in a moment of mindfulness. You're also doing a positive service for the school, the club. You'd look like rock stars for giving away free things. And then there's a poster that you can make to accompany this, where you can see on the left there, they also asked, like, hey, if you want, write down what is filling up your cup. That is, write down what is stressing you out, and then just put it on the poster at the appropriate level, right? And then now this activity also becomes a reminder to others that they're not alone in feeling how they're feeling, right? Other people are stressed out. If they see someone has a similar thing that's stressing them out, they can realize they're not alone in that way. Or it can also sometimes build empathy and understanding between students who go, wow, I didn't know anyone in the school is going through something like that. And it can work in a lot of different ways. I love this activity because it has so many layers, but also just being a positive treat for the students. Um, a couple of our major campaigns that we do and SADD has done, SADD chapters have done sometimes, is the first one is our Give Voice campaign that is during September for Suicide Prevention Week. Each day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you would do a different sort of one of these activities I showed before, or some other ones that we have chosen, right? And each day is about giving voice to education, giving voice to help seeking, giving voice to awareness, all these different components that make up the suicide prevention and the mental health awareness that we're working toward, right? So every day is a different piece of that puzzle to have a holistic week of suicide prevention. If you go to givevoice.ericaslighthouse.org, you'll be met with this screen on the left, right? If you scroll down a little bit, and you'll be able to click on any of the days to get to one of the pages like I showed on the right. So if you clicked on Wednesday, you'd see it gives the instructions for how to do one of the activities right there on the page, but then you'd also be able to click and download the PDF like I showed earlier in the presentation for that kind of activity. Another one of ours, big campaigns, is the Positivity Pledge. This is for May, for Mental Health Awareness Month. Similarly, you go to positivity.pledge.ericaslighthouse.org. You'd be met with week 1, week 2, week 3. And then if you clicked on any of the weeks, you'd see each day has just a small activity for taking care of your own mental health, because we all have mental health and we should all be doing things to take care of it, right? So during the mindfulness week, one day send out positive messages, learn about others' mental health, find a relaxing activity, perform kindness, right? Each day is just a small task to either take care of your own mental health or help someone out near you, right? So, how can your SADD chapter get more involved if you're seeing these resources and they seem interesting or useful to you or your SADD chapter? The biggest thing I would say is become an affiliate club and use our awareness and action activities, use our resources. So, becoming an affiliate club is very simple. All you would do is create an account on the Erica's Lighthouse website, encourage your advisor to do the same. And then, if you find our club page, I'll actually switch tabs and show you that. So I'm already logged in, but I'll log out real quick just to show you what it looks like if you're not logged in. You'd be able to register here, right? After you click login, you'd be able to register here, and then you'll get an email with your login information probably in about 10 minutes. If you have trouble creating the account, please email either me or someone else that you see on the website to be able to get support for that. But then you'd be able to log in once you get the email, and it will take you into the My Portal. So it's logging me in, and now I'm on the My Portal. If you are a teacher, you'll probably have the My Portal for school professionals, right? If you are a student, you'll probably have the My Portal for students. I work for Erica's Lighthouse, so I have both of them, and I have the other ones as well. So you won't have 4 My Portals on the top, you'll just have one. If you go to programs, it's just information. My Portal is where you get the actual resources. So now I'm on My Portal for students. If we scroll down, we'll see clubs is the very first thing, because that's the most likely reason that students would be accessing it. If it's My Portal for teachers, they'll still have the clubs one, but they'll just have the classroom materials first, right? It's just organized differently for different people. Either way, you can go to the clubs page, right? And then now we're on the clubs page. You'll see we have start, and then we have the activities. So I'll show you the activities first, just because that's what we have been talking about. So the activities has some planning guides, but then all of them are just right there. You can scroll down. How full is your cup? If I click it, it opens the PDF in a new tab and you'd have access to it. This one shows example pictures, even a different one than I showed you in the slide, right? So you'll be able to see that. I have them with suggested markers of ES, MS, HS, that stands for elementary school, middle school, high school. I think that breathing exercises are amazing, ways to calm down, but maybe bubble breathing is better for elementary school than for you guys in high school, right? So that's my suggestion there. If you think it would go great with your high school group, feel free to do it. But you'll see that. We also have them in different categories. So positivity promoters, advocacy efforts, you are not alone reminders, depending on what kind of thing, right? Education, depending on what kind of thing you want to be doing, check the different categories to start. All right, if I scroll up, I can either go back to the page I was on before, or on the left, I can hover empowerment clubs, and then I'll show you the start or manage your club page. This page is important if you're going to be using our resources, right? I mentioned we are a nonprofit. So reporting our impacts to donors is important. If you are using our resources, please, I invite you to register as an affiliate club. There's the club registration form. You'd click that. And when I click it, it will open this, and then it's a very quick form to fill out where you just give your name, your school information, and you'll be able to say type of club. You'll say, oh, we're an affiliate club. You'll see SADD is marked as one of our common affiliates because we're partners with SADD, right? And you'd be able to fill that out and just let us know that you're using us. But you'll see if you scroll down, there are some other resources available as well. I'm not going to get into too much details about those right now, but I will say that we have these advisor trainings for any advisors looking to see them in more detail. We're also going to be having a follow-up webinar. I'll take questions if people did have more specific questions at the end though. I'm going back to the main presentation off of the website, right? So become an affiliate club, right? Register, use the awareness and action activities. If you join as an affiliate club, it costs nothing. You'll get emails. The advisor will get emails at least every month, but usually more than that. Probably I do like a nice, pretty newsletter, and then I do a more simple one, right? Where I'm just giving updates and information. I always suggest an awareness and action activity at least once a month where I say, hey, Valentine's Day is coming up. You should try the heart to heart conversations activity, right? Or something like that. There's recruitment and fundraising ideas. There's support from the Erika's Lighthouse staff. And then we have, now it's over 60 of these activities in different categories. So if you want to access these things, once again, just go to the Erika's Lighthouse website. And on the top, there's a register and login button. Click those to be able to start creating an account, and you'll get the email of how to log in, right? And how to register. I went into the website and showed you that, but once again, it's just in the start or manage your club page. And then you go to the forms, you find the registration form, you click it, and then you fill it out. This is the end of the main presentation, right? What I want to do is I want to let you know there's going to be a second one that's going to take place in March. Please be on the lookout for that. It's going to offer deeper insights. It's going to be talking more about how to be a good trusted peer for the advisors, maybe a little bit of how to be a good trusted adult, and can go into some more details for club support. Please reach out to me. My email's there at the bottom, derek@ericaslighthouse.org. If you were really interested when you heard about our staff training or our classroom programming, if you're one of the advisors in this meeting, right, feel free to either email me, or Alana would be a very good contact to help you out with those as well. At this time, I'm now going to open it